How to build strong relationships with your children as you age. As we grow older, the dynamics of family relationships can shift in ways that require intentional effort, understanding, and patience. For many seniors, the bond with their children is one of the most important connections in their lives. However, as both parents and children navigate the challenges of aging, it can sometimes feel like the relationship is strained or drifting. Whether it's due to the busy lives of your children, health concerns, or generational differences, maintaining a strong, loving relationship with your children as you age requires both sides to actively nurture and invest in the bond. While these challenges are natural, there are concrete steps that you, as a senior, can take to ensure that your relationship with your children remains close, supportive, and healthy. The foundation of a strong relationship with your children is built on communication, empathy, and mutual respect. In this article, we'll explore ways to strengthen the relationship you have with your children as you age, helping you foster deeper connections, understanding, and a lasting family bond. 1. Prioritize open and honest communication. One of the cornerstones of any successful relationship, particularly with your children, is open and honest communication. As we age, it's common for children to become increasingly busy with their own lives, careers, families, and personal challenges. This can sometimes lead to a sense of distance between you and them, especially if the communication is limited to occasional check-ins or brief conversations. To build a strong relationship with your children, it's essential to prioritize communication and make sure that you stay in regular contact. 1.1 Be proactive about reaching out. Sometimes, it can feel like your children are too busy to connect regularly, but this doesn't mean they don't value your presence in their lives. In many cases, children may assume that you're content or independent and might not realize how much you miss connecting with them. Don't hesitate to take the initiative by reaching out through phone calls, messages, or even video chats. Being proactive about reaching out shows that you value the relationship and want to maintain that connection. For instance, imagine Susan, a 68-year-old mother who has grown used to her children being busy with their own families and careers. Instead of waiting for them to contact her, Susan took the initiative to set up a weekly call with each of her children. By doing so, she not only created a routine but also ensured that they stayed involved in her life. 1.2 Engage in meaningful conversations. While it's easy to fall into the routine of small talk, how's work, or how are the kids? Meaningful conversations require more depth. Ask about their emotional well-being, their goals, and their challenges. Be genuinely interested in what they're experiencing. Share your own feelings and experiences as well, but make sure that you're listening actively and attentively. Strong communication isn't just about talking, it's about understanding and supporting one another. When your children can see that you care about their thoughts, emotions, and experiences, it strengthens the bond between you. It also helps to express your feelings in a way that is non-judgmental and open, allowing them to feel safe to share their own emotions without fear of criticism or misunderstanding. 2. Respect their independence and boundaries. As parents, it's natural to want to stay involved in your children's lives, especially as they become adults. However, one of the most important factors in building strong relationships with adult children is respecting their independence and personal boundaries. Children, even when they're in their 30s or 40s, are still navigating their own lives, careers, and families. As parents, it's important to acknowledge that they need space to grow and make their own decisions, just as you did when you were younger. 2.1 Understand the need for autonomy. Your children may be balancing their own work, parenting, and personal lives, and they may not always have the time or energy to respond to every request or concern you have. This doesn't mean they don't care, it simply means they need the autonomy to live their lives in the way that works best for them. Understanding and respecting this autonomy is key to maintaining a healthy relationship. For example, Tom, a 72-year-old father, used to feel frustrated when his children didn't immediately respond to his calls or requests. Over time, he realized that his children were busy with their own families and had their own responsibilities. Instead of taking it personally, Tom learned to respect their boundaries and give them the space they needed. This shift in perspective helped him build a more understanding and relaxed relationship with his children. 2.2 Set healthy boundaries for yourself. In addition to respecting your children's boundaries, it's important to set healthy boundaries for yourself. This means understanding when to give your children space to handle their own lives, and when to ask for support or guidance. Overdependency or emotional demands can strain relationships, so finding a balance between offering support and maintaining independence is key. For example, if you find yourself needing more assistance with daily tasks, it's important to communicate this to your children in a way that allows them to offer help without feeling overwhelmed. Setting boundaries can prevent feelings of resentment or guilt on both sides. 3. Be understanding of generational differences. The relationship between parents and children can sometimes be complicated by generational differences. You and your children likely grew up in very different times, with different values, experiences, and ways of thinking. This can create friction, especially when it comes to how you view the world, your lifestyle, and your expectations for one another. 3.1 Embrace their perspective. Rather than focusing on what divides you, try to embrace the differences between you and your children as opportunities for learning and growth. Take the time to understand their perspectives, even if they differ from yours. It's important to recognize that your children's choices, whether related to career, relationships, or lifestyle, are a reflection of the world they grew up in, and their priorities may be different from yours. For example, if your child makes decisions that seem unusual or unfamiliar, ask them to share the reasoning behind their choices. This approach fosters mutual respect and helps you understand their point of view. 3.2 Adapt to technological changes. With technology constantly evolving, there may be gaps in how you and your children communicate or share information. For instance, your children may prefer texting, social media, or video calls, while you might be more accustomed to phone calls or face-to-face conversations. Instead of resisting these changes, try to embrace them. Learning to use digital tools can improve communication and help you stay connected in the ways that work best for your children. By adapting to new technologies, you not only stay relevant in your relationship with your children, but you also set an example of flexibility and growth as you age. 4. Support their decisions, even when you disagree. As parents, it's natural to want to guide our children and offer advice. However, as they get older, they are more likely to make decisions that may not align with our expectations or values. While this can be difficult to accept, it's crucial to support their autonomy and respect their decisions, even if you disagree. 4.1 Offer guidance without judgment. If you disagree with a choice your child makes, try to offer guidance in a constructive way. Instead of imposing your views, offer advice based on your experiences while allowing them to make their own decision. Criticism, judgment, or unsolicited advice can cause tension and make your children feel unsupported. For example, if your child is facing a difficult decision, instead of telling them what to do, you can share your perspective and then let them take the lead. By doing so, you empower your children to make their own informed choices, which strengthens their sense of independence. 4.2 Be open to learning from them. As you age, you may find that your children are teaching you new things, whether it's related to technology, perspectives on life, or even practical advice on aging. Embrace this shift in roles with an open mind. When you show a willingness to learn from your children, you demonstrate humility and create an environment of mutual respect and understanding. 5. Focus on creating positive shared experiences. Building strong relationships with your children is not only about navigating challenges, it's also about creating joyful, positive memories together. Whether it's enjoying a meal together, going on family vacations, or simply spending time engaging in a shared hobby, focusing on positive experiences can strengthen your bond. 5.1 Engage in shared activities. Shared activities offer an opportunity to bond and create new memories. Consider participating in activities that both you and your children enjoy. This could include cooking together, gardening, hiking, or watching movies. By finding common ground and engaging in these experiences, you create a sense of togetherness that strengthens your relationship. For example, if your children live far away, consider planning annual family vacations or weekend get-togethers to spend quality time together. If travel is not feasible, regular video calls or online games can help bridge the gap and provide a space for fun and connection. 5.2 Celebrate milestones together. Celebrating milestones, such as birthdays, anniversaries, or special accomplishments, helps to reinforce the importance of family. These moments serve as reminders of the love and support that exists within your family unit, making them a perfect opportunity to strengthen your connection. 6. Seek professional help if needed. If you feel that the relationship with your children is strained or facing significant challenges, it may be helpful to seek professional help. Family counseling or therapy can offer a safe space for everyone to express their feelings, work through conflicts, and improve communication. Sometimes, having a neutral third party facilitate conversations can help everyone feel heard and understood. Therapy can be particularly useful for addressing issues like unresolved emotional conflicts, generational differences, or difficulties in adjusting to the changes that come with aging. Final thoughts. Building and maintaining strong relationships with your children as you age requires intentional effort, mutual respect, and an understanding of both your needs and theirs. By prioritizing open communication, respecting each other's independence, embracing generational differences, supporting each other's decisions, and focusing on creating positive shared experiences, you can foster a deep, lasting connection with your children. As you age, the relationship you have with your children can continue to evolve and strengthen, providing a source of love, support, and comfort. Embrace the opportunity to build these relationships and create meaningful bonds that will last for years to come. By investing in your family, you ensure that your later years are filled with connection, joy, and mutual care.